Excellent. I wanted to take a moment really quickly and just kind of, you know what, if you know me, I just want to praise the Lord because I get to see healing miracles. You're going to love this one. It's a little boy. He's probably 8 years old or so right now, and he's been dealing with migraine headaches, sinus issues. Believe it or not, this little boy has never been able to breathe through his nose in his entire life, folks. All right. He also would suffer with significant bouts of allergy attacks. So he'd suffer with allergies, sinus problems, and migraine headaches. All right, so the mother brings this child in because friends of theirs, we had already helped a little girl with migraines and helped her recover from those and heal and get rid of those. So they bring their little boy in here. Now, I want to use this opportunity to explain the differences between what we do in this office than the medical community. Number one, we look to correct the underlying cause of a health condition. No matter whether it's sinuses, allergies, or headaches, or migraines, we're looking for the underlying causes. So he had already been to medical physicians, some of the children's hospitals in the area, and he goes there, and guess what they do? They remove his tonsils, and they even went in to remove his adenoids and found that he had not even developed his adenoids. A quick thought came to mind immediately when the parents told me that. Well, it's got to be misalignments of the spine, neurologically speaking, because those misalignments will interrupt the signals that travel to every single organ and tissue in your body. So for proper development of our organ systems, we cannot have pressure on a nerve. If there's pressure or a complete interference with those signals going from the brain to that area of the body, then organ systems will not develop. The nervous system controls all development and all function of the body. So this child goes through the medical model, getting adenoids, well, adenoids weren't even there, but having his tonsils removed, and still doesn't get well. So then they're using medications. Medications still don't correct the underlying cause. They're basically pieces of duct tape, slapping it over a check engine light, despite the body warning us and telling us with those symptoms that something isn't working properly. There's too much inflammation, there's too much of an immune response due to allergens and pollen and things like that. So we have to identify what is the disruption in the nervous system that is causing an overabundance of expression of the immune response. And what's causing the pressure on the nerves, or what is causing the improper blood and vascular control to the brain? That's what migraines are caused from. So this little boy goes through the medical model, does these surgeries, then goes through allergy shots. They stopped it after 2 months because it wasn't working. They saw that it was not helping, in fact, probably making the little boy worse. So number one, we're not healthier because we have organ systems removed from our bodies. And the research proves that. You know, it's not going to happen to this little boy, and I hope this message is shared by every single person who watches it, especially hand this video, email the video, share the video, make sure that you, in Facebook, make sure that you are actually tagging somebody you know that have had their children's tonsils or adenoids removed, because science and research has now shown that children who have that procedure have a higher risk. I don't say this to scare, I say it to forewarn so that something can be done to counteract the future repercussions of that procedure. But there's a higher risk of cancer in those children. All right, there may be a higher risk of cancer because the more rounds of antibiotics a child is on, the more likely they are to develop cancer as well. So, but the problem is maybe it's not just the antibiotics, and maybe it's not just the removal of an organ system. We're not healthier because we remove organ systems. We're in fact sicker. You may remove some symptoms, but you're not removing the cause of the problem in the first place. I don't understand how the medical community cannot understand this. Removing organs does not create better health in any individual. All right, so if we remove those organ systems, removing the symptoms, thus the underlying cause is still present in the body. One of the primary causes of enlarged tonsils and sinus blockages in this boy was what's going to be neurogenic inflammation. Neurogenic inflammation is what's going to cause those two conditions. That's why if we adjust children, we can save their tonsils if they hadn't had the surgery already. This boy, he had already had the surgery. We were too late. He got the right information too late. But thank God he got the right information, got to the right physician. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn here, but the reality is I thank God he came to my office because we were able to adjust that child, correct his upper cervical spine where the nerves branch out and go to his sinuses, go to his tonsils, and go into his immune system and his lymph nodes to be able to allow his body to function properly. all right, and controlled the vascular supply to the brain. So he no longer deals with migraine headaches, no longer headaches at all. They said he was playing baseball for the entire day without sinus issues, without allergies, and had a little bit of a headache, but was able to drink some water and get over it. But get this, folks. Thank God he found the cause and corrected that. But for those children who go through the medical model and have those organ systems, those tonsils removed, they've weakened their immune system further. They already have a dysfunctional immune system. By removing those organ systems, they're not healthier. They've left the underlying cause there. Even if they remove some symptoms temporarily, that child's future health is not going to be where it should be. It's not going to be the best it possibly can be until we correct the underlying cause. I hope every single one of you take a lesson from this information that I'm sharing with you. Praise the good Lord for allowing this child to actually, the parents to discover a physician that could correct the underlying cause. And there's many chiropractors out there that could do this. So please, if you don't live near me, get to a great chiropractor that looks specifically at the upper cervical spine and corrects what's called subluxations. All right, do that so that we can see more children not have to have those surgeries and procedures and take all those medications and suffer for years in pain. That migraine would just completely debilitate the kid. We wouldn't be able to play baseball anymore. The sinuses would interrupt. He couldn't breathe through his nose. Now he's breathing through his nose. No more allergies, no more medications, no more migraine headaches interrupting a child's life. And now, because we've addressed the underlying causes, we can rest assured that his body has the greatest capability of withstanding diseases in his future like cancer. So take that, share the truth, don't just like it, because that's the only way we're going to save lives. Thanks for tuning in. Hey everybody, I'm the Wild Doc, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you hop on over to thewilddoc.com. Subscribe there for our newsletter and email campaign. Join in the conversation on Facebook, and let's transform the world by unleashing the power of natural healing.